Good. Likutei Moharan, Chosim to Chosim, Torah Chaf Beis. We're holding by Seif Tes. Okay. So let's summarize what we've learned so far. Okay? We said that there are two seals. There is one seal which is manufactured by the Mochichei Ador, the tzaddikim that are the moral conscience and moral compass of the generation, that whose job is to admonish the generation. They seal, they hide, they classify, so to speak, the verdict that was decreed in the Shemayim. Which Baruch Hu lets them know about it, and they seal it. The reason why they seal, so the Chitzonim, the clippers, will not, feed of it and corrupt it and make it into a chas v'chalila, a din kosher. Because once there is already a din, there's always a danger of this, like any conflict can get out of hand. A small border skimmerish can become a whole wide war. Once there's a din, it can escalate to become a din kosher. So what they need to do is, first of all, they need to seal it. They need to conceal it. So this is what they do. Because once, if chas v'chalila, that seal is corrupted, is broken, so that causes Am Yisrael to be exiled from their places, and all kinds of bad things, Hashem Yishmarenu, can happen. And there's machlokes in the whole world. Now, there's also another seal, an external seal. That external seal guards the inner seal. And this seal is constructed by people accepting the admonishment from those Mochichei Ador. It's done from their emunah. The people have emunah in Tzadikei Ador. That emunah makes the seal. And that seal prevents the breach of the inner seal. And it's very important to keep that outer seal intact, because if that outer seal is breached, then, there's danger to the inner seal. So, the perimeter defense is the outer seal, which is made through the emunah, by the emunah, that the people that receive the teichacha from the tzaddikim. If that outer seal is broken, is breached, not only is there a danger to the inner seal, to be breached, amen, but it causes heresy. If there's no emunah, there's something else. It's like Rashi says about when the brothers threw Yosef to the hole in the ground. He says, "V'abor rek en b'mayim," and the pit is empty. There's no water in it. Rashi says, "What does it mean? There's no water in it?" He already said it was empty, so obviously there's no water in it. So what does it mean to say there's no water in it? It says water there isn't, but snakes and scorpions there are. There were. So it comes to where there's no water, there's no emunah, there's heresy. So besides the fact that if the outer seal is breached, that it presents danger to the inner seal, it also, it brings about heresy. Now, okay, so how do you get the emunah? How does one get the emunah in order to make this outer seal? You get it through coming close to the 7 Tzaddikei Ador, the 7 Tzaddikim of the generation. In order to get to them, they're out there. In order to get to them, you need to be bold. You need to have Azaz the Kedusha. You need to be bold. You have to be resolute, because there are other Manhigei Ador, there are other leaders in the generation that don't deserve to lead the generation. The leadership that they lead stems from the fact that they themselves are bald. The chutzpah, they go ahead and they usurp the leadership. And what they do is they force people under their leadership. They make you. If you don't do this, they ostracize you, they whatever it is that they do. So you have to be bold to withstand their social pressure. That boldness the Kedusha, that's one reason why you need boldness the Kedusha. You also need boldness the Kedusha in order to break down the boldness of your own materialistic existence. The body is very strong with tightness. That changes the mindset. It influences the mindset. In order to be able to get closer to the Kedusha, first of all, the body itself, that boldness of the body needs to be broken down. Now, we're talking about body here. We're not saying just the body, the physical, the corporeal body. We're talking about the ruach, the nefesh and the ruach, the awareness, the seichel, which is, where is also considered the body, kaviyach. And it suffers from being captivated in the gravity of Olam Hazeh, of the Olam HaGashmi. It influences everything. It makes you see everything through the prisms of the taivas of the Olam Hazeh existence. It has to be broken down. You need azus to break this azus, to stand up against your own azus. You need azus to stand up against, the leaders of the generation, which, the illegitimate leaders of the generation. And you need azus to withstand against your own illegitimate leaders of your life, of what are you doing, what you're not doing, which way you're going. There's another reason why you need the azus. This is two things that you need the azus. This actually, they're all considered as like one thing. But there's another reason why you need azus the kedusha and break down the azus of the body. Because while a person is under the control of his physical, of this world existence, the tzaddik ador can scream to his face and he won't hear. He'll hear sounds, but he's not going to hear the message. Not only is not going to hear the message of the tzaddik, the neshama, your own neshama, my own neshama tells me things all the time. It sees things all the time. It perceives unbelievable things all the time. And it needs to tell my body about it. But the body's so dense that I can tell myself from now till doomsday, yo, there's going to be a doomsday. And I go, right. Wow. You don't say. What would you think of next? It's like totally way over my head. It's like, I hear the words, but I don't hear anything. Who are you? Why don't I hear it? I don't hear it because I don't hear the voice. What I hear is an echoing voice. Because when the Kedusha is there, when the voice of Kedusha comes, my own Averis, but not until now, they're quiet. The minute this voice of Kedusha, they're also raised. Yo, hey, him, who else? Whatever it is. So what I hear is the reverberation of the call of the tzaddik or the neshama. I don't hear the voice itself. It doesn't do anything to me. I see it through the filters of my own averis, through the filters of my own taivas. So, oh really? Wow. Yeah, it's like, the whole thing is garbled. So I need azas the kedusha to break down the azas of my body, so that my body can hear the asagas of the neshama. So my body can hear the words of the Chacham that is admonishing.
Is this akin to
what?
Is this akin to what's going on nowadays with all the Tzoros Klal Yisrael, and that we're just
the Azaz breaks down the Azaz, yeah, because people don't listen, we don't hear.
But they're not. They feel it, but then it's just.
Yeah. Basically, what needs to be done is the body has to become. The body what we're calling about the body is with the nefesh and the ruach, has to become a bechinas basar to the etzim, a flesh to the essence. It has to be the horse to the rider. Instead of the body in this world's existence being the rider that makes the decisions and runs the show, it becomes a horse to the rider, to the neshama. Here comes flesh to the essence, to the etzim. The mebatla and one to the etzim, the neshama, the tzaddik, any kind of bechina of etzim. I have to become a buzzer to that. The way to get there, we say it's kushimush. This is that you serve the chacham or you serve the neshama by doing mitzvahs, by learning Torah, but whatever it is that you're doing. Okay, now we're in Sif Tes. We're going to explain that it is through Simcha that you acquire this Azaz the Kedusha. Now that sounds very nice. But how on earth do you do that? How do you get to Simcha? It's like, what kind of an advice is that? It's harder to be besimcha than probably any other thing on earth. It says, to come to Azus, to come close to Avodas Hashem, is through Simcha and Chedva. That's Bivchinos, as it says, Ki Chedvas Hashem im Oschem. Through the rejoicing of Hashem, this is your strength, this is your oath, this is your boldness. Through the simcha, you get to boldness in chizuk and avodas Hashem. Even though we said before, it is through voices. Remember, the voice of the tzaddik, the voice of a sigh, the voice of all the kedusha of shaking the pishke in the besmeders, with the tzedakah, all this. But to acquire a complete and perfect as the kedusha, you also need the voices of the kedusha and the simcha, in the both. Besides the fact that it is through simcha that the person is actually zocher to kodesh the kedusha. You got the simcha, you get the kodesh the kedusha. In other words, through nasav and nishma, which is B'chinas Simcha. This is such an Indian, which is called Nasav and Nishma. In other words, what is Nasav and Nishma? We'll hear and we will do it. We will do and we will hear. It means that you go with the Muna until you get the Das. Nasav and Nishma. Nasav and Nishma in itself, that process in itself is a state of simcha. It's B'chinas Simcha. And it gets you as the Kedusha. And what's the proof? How do you know that Nasav and Nishma is simcha? As Chazal said, B'sha'ah shavu Yisrael Nasav and Nishma, at the time when Am Yisrael said Nasav and Nishma in Bar Sinai, Yordu Shishim Riba Malachim, 600,000 Malachim came down, and they put 2 crowns on the heads of every single Yid. Why 2? One Keneged Nasa and one Keneged Nishma. By the way, parenthetically, which means open parenthesis, we'll say something, and we'll close parenthesis. It took me time to finally figure out what parenthetically means. It's like b'derech agav. By the way, while we're talking about it, if you remember the last story we learned. Yeah. We learned is makif and makif lemakif, right? And we said this is also Nasav and Nishma, right? That the one makif is Nasa, and the one above it is Nishma. And the tachlis is to bring one makif in, so the one which is Nishma, you have to make from the Nishma Nasa all the time. So when they said Nasav and Nishma, they got 2 crowns. What is a crown? A crown is that it crowns the head. It's a makif. You have makif and makif the makif, Nasav and Nishma. Okay? Connected to the last story we learned. Alright?
Good.
And Getty. Yeah. So one, and when Am Yisrael Chas Chalila, they made Chet HaEgel Aleinu, Nilkichu, those crowns were taken away from them. Ve'osid HaKadosh Baruch Hu lachzirem lahem. HaKadosh Baruch Hu in the future will give them back to Am Yisrael. How do you know? Shenemor ve'simchas oilem al roishom. Literally, it means that the world, the simcha sheme'olam, the simcha that was already there before, will be there again. Will be on the simcha that is all the time over their heads. Nimtza. So therefore it is found, shenasav and nishma b'chinas simcha. Nasav simcha is, it's a synonymous with simcha. B'chinas v'simchas olam al roishom, and the simchas olam is on their heads. This is the crowns of Nasav and Nishma. V'da, you should know, ki shnei adayim, the 2 crowns, shiktiru b'choyev, that they got crowned by Mount Sinai, Nasav and Nishma. That's the simcha that brings you to Az the Kedusha, Wilderness the Kedusha. And Bechinos Bereshis Boro. Bereshis Boro, if you notice, the second word is half of the first one. Bereshis is Beis, Resh Aleph, Shin, Yud, and Sof. Boro is Beis, Resh Aleph. Is half, the first half of Bereshis. It's Bereshis Boro. Okay? Kamuva b'Sefer Desniusa. In Sefer Zoya, the Sefer Zoya Pashas Truma, it says in the beginning of the Mama, Bereshis, the word Bereshis, Da Mama. You know, the world, Hashem created the world with 10 sayings. In Bereshis, there's not, because it says, Hashem said, let there be light. Hashem said, let the heavens be created. Hashem said, v'chula, v'chula, v'chula. So we said that Hashem has created the world with 10 mamars, with 10 sayings. But when you count how many times it actually say, Hashem said, it's only 9. Where's the 10th? So it says the Bereshis is also a mamar. But what it is, it's a very, very important concept. It's called Mamar Sasim. It's a sealed saying. Meaning, Bereshis was also, and Hashem said, and there was Bereshis, but he doesn't say that Hashem said it. We will learn in Mitzvah Hashem, Toyot Beis, Chalek Beis, that had it said, and Hashem said, let there be a beginning, it would make the existence of the Sitra Achra impossible. Because then it would have been revealed. The omnipresence of HaKadosh Baruch Hu would have been totally revealed. So there has to be a star in the very beginning. So it says Bereshis. It doesn't say that Hashem said that. So this says Bereshis da mama. Bereshis is a saying. Bara chotzi mama. It's half a saying. Da eden Eloi, eden tator. This is the supernal Eden, and that's the lower Eden. Chochma Eloi, that's the upper Chochma. Chochma tator, the lower Chochma. Av v'ben, a father and a son. Okay? The Maimar, the Bereshis, is the upper Eden, the upper Chochma. That's the father. Okay? Bara, the half of Maimar, is the lower Eden, the lower Chochma, and the son. The Maimar Shalom is the Nishma. That's the higher level. And Chetzi Maimar, the Bara, is the nicer. That's the lower Bechina. And the reason for it is as follows. Ki Nasa v'nishmo, that reality of Nasa v'nishmo, we will do and we will hear, Ubchinos nistaras v'nidlas, that which is hidden and that which is overt, which is known. Nasa, the Bchinos of we will do, is Bchinos niglos. In other words, Hainu, a mitzvahs she'efshar l'kol echad l'kayim fi madrigosai. These are the mitzvahs that every single Jew can do. According to his madriga, someone more, someone less, better, but everybody can do them. V'nishmo, but that level of nishmo, if you will hear, that's level, that when you say nasa, it means that you know what you're going to do. Right? But nishmo means we shall hear. We didn't hear yet. So we'll hear. This is nista. But nishma b'chinas nistaris. Of nishma is still hidden. That's that is, as they say, that's for me to know and for you to find out, right? Mashu gavoa v'nistar mimeno, anything which is above and hidden from a person. It is not possible for you to do any avodah in that. In other words, you don't know what do I do with this, L'mashal. So the Rebbe brings a mashal of what are we talking about? Things that are nishma, that you don't know what kind of avodah is Hashem to do with them. L'mashal, etzel kol mitzvah, by every mitzvah in the Torah, yesh dvorim shesvivus ha-mitzvah. There are things, there are diburim which are around the mitzvah itself. Ki milvad hatziva nemar b'Torah l'kayim ha-mitzvah, besides the directive that is said in the Torah to mekayim the mitzvah, yesh od b'zeh dvorim ha-Torah, that there are other things in the Torah. Kegon, v'yidaber Hashem al Moshe. That the portion that they said, Hashem said to Moshe, daber b'nei Yisrael, v'asur lehem tzitzis. V'yidaber Hashem al Moshe, daber b'nei Yisrael. What kind of avodah is v'yidaber Hashem al Moshe? We have no idea. It's totally, way over our head. V'shat dibur HaTorah is what a mitzvah. V'avodah sheyesh b'dibur HaTorah alalu shesvivus ha-mitzvah, and the service of Hashem that is embedded, that is intrinsic, that comes out from these diburim, the B'chinas Nishma. This exists in a state of it is yet to be revealed, yet to be known. We don't know that. B'chinas Nistar, this is a mystery. The mitzvah itself we can keep. The avodah that exists in these diburim, we don't know what it is. This is nishma, this is nistar. So, first, we will continue tomorrow, but first, before we go, is just to tie it off with a little bow, and the cherry on top is that, B'ezrat Hashem, tomorrow we will explain deeper that inyan of Nasav and Nishma. And only once we finish that, then we will explain how, through this Nasav and Nishma, you get to Simcha. So we're halfway there. Not come for today.